At you fast, you look up and your youth has passed. The trade-off is you gained a little wisdom. We were raised in different spaces, different classes, different races. It's our faith that makes us sisters in the kingdom. Wives or lovers, friends or mothers, daughters or sisters, that's ground we've covered. Bosses or workers, owners or renters, we've picked life splinters out of all of our fingers. Now we're here for a cause, to talk about this change of us, to offer up support and applause for all the women who are girls gone menopause. Oh! For all the women who are girls gone menopause. For all the women who are girls gone menopause. For all the women who are girls gone menopause.
Hey, this is Adreana Langston with,
Alison Evers.
and this is the Girls Gone Menopause podcast. And we have got a retrospective topic today, which Alison is going to introduce right now.
Yeah, we thought it would be interesting to talk about the unfortunate passing of people that, I don't know, some of them were instrumental in my life as I've grown. And so I'm going to talk about the actors, and Adriana is going to reference the music artists.
Yes.
So I'm going to start with one that my dad went to college with at Long Beach State. And his name is Brian Wilson from the Beach Boys.
And you notice that Allison's already stepping on my jumping on my train. You see how white women do? They're like, "Oh, Adriana, this is your lane," and then they just step all in your lane. Like I wasn't gonna, but
Oh,
please
gosh.
go on. But she has a personal connection because of her
But
father, so we'll let it go.
we did agree that I could
Yes,
do that one.
yes, yes.
Okay. So he was born June 20th, 1942. Same year my dad was born. So it was really fun for my dad to go to college with him. And then he always had a joke with us kids that he almost became one of the Beach Boys.
Please tell that story.
Because he went to college with him and knew him. So he feels, he, said, yeah, Brian Wilson asked him when they were young if he could be a part of the Beach Boys. And Brian was like, no, dude, I already have my band. So that was our joke that, and of course my dad loved to sing and sing loud and sing loudly in public places. So like on the beach when he had his earphones in. So we always knew he was singing the Beach Boys. He died on June 11th, 2025 at 82 years old. He was such a legacy. He was often cited as one of the greatest musical innovators of the 20th century. His work with the Beach Boys expanded pop music palette.
Yes, it did.
Bringing studio techniques and harmonic sophistication into mainstream rock. He was amazing. And so should we go from there to your next musical, or do you want me to go, shall I go down my list?
No, we can jump back to me. And I want to talk more about people whose passing affected me personally. I loved Roberta Flack. Mm-hmm. And her most famous song, the one most people know her by, is Killing Me Softly, which the Fugees remade, and then it became a big hit all over again when they remade it. But Roberta Flack was a musical genius, right? She played. Yeah. Now, this is Girls Gone Menopause, so I have to say this. She played her own instrument, the piano, and wrote her own music. She didn't use samples and all of that. And I'm not against all that. I'm just saying she was a bona fide musician who played the piano herself. And
unbelievable. That's unbelievable talent to be able to do all that.
Exactly. And what I love about Roberta Flack, it is the fact that she wrote her own music. She wasn't singing music that was written by others. There are female soul singers, singer-songwriters who have better voices than her, but they're using those voices to express music that they did not write. When she's writing, it was from her own thing. And I'm going to say something. This is why it's so personal. Roberta Flack was overweight. She was not a beauty queen. Diana Ross was the beauty queen type, right?
Sure.
Roberta Flack looked like a normal woman that you might see on the street, that you might see singing in the choir at your Baptist church. Put it like that.
Agreed.
She was overweight. She didn't have a gorgeous face, but and when you have a heavy set Black woman, there are outside stereotypes that get put on them. I'm not talking about negative stereotypes. I'm actually talking about quote unquote positive stereotypes, that they are strong, that they are invulnerable, that they carry their husband, they hold him down, they hold their children down, they hold the neighborhood down, all of this.
Brick house, baby.
And it puts sometimes pressure on Black women, especially ones that have a certain look, to feel like they can't be vulnerable.
Right.
And so Roberta Flack gets up there, and her hit song is a song about sitting down and listening to music and wanting to cry because the music is touching you so personally. You don't even know the musician, but that music is hitting places in you. And that's a profound vulnerability. So she's sitting there as a heavyset Black woman singing a song about her
killing me softly.
Right. Which is her being vulnerable.
Yeah.
And that is very profound to me.
Me too.
That is with her look. Mm-hmm. It's not Diana Ross, looking all beautiful like a princess saying, I can be vulnerable, I can cry. It's a heavyset Black woman doing it. And she's singing it, a song she wrote from her spirit that she put out, not something that somebody wrote for her.
Yeah, I like that.
She was a musical genius, and I will miss her, but what she had to offer touched me personally.
That's awesome. I love that. I love that story. Okay, so I'm going to go on. I'm going to keep this going for us. Malcolm Jamal Warner. Theo Huxtable. Let's go.
Yes.
Born August 18th, 1970, our age.
Yeah.
Gosh, when he was gone, that really sucked. I mean, he was on the sitcom, the Cosby Show, went from 1984 to 92. Mm-hmm. It made him a household name. Mm-hmm. He later went on to do film, television, theater, also pursued directing and music. Unfortunately, he died on July 20th this year, 2025, at age 54. Gosh, what a youngin'.
And what makes that double? So first of all, a couple of things. Now, I know you said we were going to stick to 2025, but Chadwick, the guy that played Pink Panther, Chadwick, right?
Yes.
Prostate cancer.
Oh, unbelievable.
Prostate cancer.
He was an amazing actor.
Amazing. But but this is the same thing about what I'm trying to say about Jamal Warner and both of them. Prostate cancer has a over 90% recovery rate if you find it quick enough.
Right.
It is not like that man did not have
everything
money to have a doctor to whatever. He just didn't check. Malcolm Jamal Warner had no business dying at that age.
Well, the reports say that his death followed a drowning incident swimming in Costa Rica.
That is so mysterious.
Oh, that is so crazy. I mean, his breakthrough role as a youthful actor who matured with he just matured with all of his career standouts.
True.
He just gave many a model of longevity and entertainment.
True.
And it was just so sad that, because what a jovial, happy person when I've seen him in
and
different interviews.
No scandals.
Yeah, nothing. No
never
craziness.
Drunk driving. Nobody saying he raped me.
No, but then he died in a drowning incident.
Yeah, and Bill Cosby is sitting here, multiple rapists, still quite alive. And
Bill Cosby is,
yeah, it's a shame.
He's a whole nother beast.
Yes.
But,
okay,
do you want to go on to yours?
Yes, the next one I want to talk about, and there's a through line, is Angie Stone. Oh yeah, big time soul singer. Very deep soul singer, and she had her own music career, right? And then D'Angelo came on the scene, and they ended up getting married. What
an amazing musical couple,
right? Now their child is an orphan. It's just because he died too. Sad. I'll get to him. He'll be my next one. But another one who, what I loved about her is she was a deep soul singer, and she was a big heavy lady, and all the thing about him saying about vulnerability, but she also brought it on the political front. Mm-hmm. She talked about the Black experience. She talked about Black love, men and women relationships in her songs, but she also talked about the man and the system and all that. And she brought it in such a funky way. Yeah. And she was a soul singer at a time when what was in ascendancy was hip hop. But what she was doing was still, she did do some rap, but for the most part, she was still keeping the tradition of soul alive. Yeah. That's I just loved her for that. Oh, yeah. And here, what I'm saying is people today think of, like 1960s political singers, and they think there was like a gap, and then hip hop came, and that's when we started talking about, but this was a soul singer of, our time, of the age, singing political content. Yeah. And it's so rap and hip hop did not have the exclusive on that. She was doing that in soul. Yeah. So she will be missed.
Oh yeah, that's for sure. So I have, if we're going to talk about black and white, one of the most amazing white actresses that of all time. This is just talking from me. Right. Is Diane Keaton. Yes. Just so recent. I know October 11th, she died, 2025, age 79 from bacterial pneumonia. Yeah. Crazy. Just got her down. She, I guess, had many issues with health the last couple years is what I read, but she just pneumonia can just get you down.
It could be the beginning of the end. That's true.
Oh yeah. She was born January 5th, 1946. Mm-hmm. And her breakout performance was 1977 Annie Hall. Right. Which earned her the Oscar for Best Actress.
And to say she could do comedy and drama.
She could do anything, honestly. Right. She was one of those people that had, it's almost like she wasn't acting. She was able to take on any role
and inhabit it.
Yeah.
Right. Yes.
And it didn't change her that much, Right. It probably, she didn't have to do that much. It's like, she was so amazing. She also later starred in The Godfather. And then the best one that I really loved was Father of the Bride in 1991. And then Something's Gotta Give with Jack Nicholson. Yes. That movie, I think, was so amazing. Yes. Focused on the older generation, I should say. Yes. She was just such a quirky, independent screen persona, and she had a strong sense of personal style just from the way she dressed. Right. And the way she just housed herself was so amazing.
And when in an industry where people flame out at 40, she kept acting.
Oh, she just kept going.
She kept acting.
Yeah, and outside of film, she was a photographer, a writer.
I didn't even know that.
Architecture, home restoration enthusiast.
I didn't even know that.
I saw her picture of her home. Oh my gosh, amazing! Just an amazing overall woman. I'm really sad to see her go. I would have liked her just to keep on going.
She will absolutely she'll be missed.
Yeah.
So, as I said, I wanted to talk about D'Angelo.
Mm-hmm.
Very recent. Yes, and of course, when I learned D'Angelo died, I was just so sad about it. But all it did was just re-sadden me about Prince's death.
Oh gosh!
Because in terms of musical genius, like singing the song, playing the piano, playing the drum,
doing it all,
playing the guitar, playing all of this, like
doing it all,
mixing it, right? So Prince and D'Angelo were both musical geniuses who did everything from top to bottom and were known to be perfectionists.
Oh yeah.
And not only known to be perfectionists.
That must be a hard life.
It's not. It can't be easy.
I mean, but it came out in their music.
That's
pretty
true.
Well.
And both of them had faith. Like Prince had faith, and both of them not only were perfectionists in the studio, like they wanted to create a certain sound and they weren't going to stop. Which is why there was 10 years in between Voodoo and Black Messiah, because he wanted the songs to be perfect, and boy were they.
Oh yeah.
But their shows
never forgotten.
Yeah.
Type of people.
But their shows, their execution and the performance they put on, and the commitment in their shows, and the connection
that shows the perfectionism, which is perfect.
Bingo.
It's what you need.
It's what you
on stage to make that big of a difference.
Just and for him to, a lot of musicians, they do come back from drug and alcohol issues, but they don't necessarily come back as strong.
Yeah, I know.
They don't. I mean, there are some that do.
Well, there are some brain cells that go away. But they don't
necessarily come. And he came back from drug and alcohol issues with Black Messiah, like. Just an amazing album.
Amazing.
So he will just so be missed. I will miss him as much as I miss
our
Prince.
Future generations
really
miss out on that kind of music.
I'm telling you. I am telling you. He's just a musical genius, and he will be missed. He will just be missed.
So much.
Yeah.
Okay, so my next one and last one.
Okay.
Actor, director, handsome. Known as a very handsome white young man until he died September this year, age 89. Robert Redford.
Oh yes,
the swoon.
Yeah, heartthrob of heartthrob.
Swooning.
Yes.
Oh
yes,
my gosh.
Yes. Yeah.
He was born August 18th, 1936, at his home in Sundance, Utah. Now, this is pretty amazing. I
did not know Sundance was his hometown.
Well, not only that, perhaps his greatest legacy was founding the Sundance Institute.
Right.
And the Sundance Film Festival.
But I didn't know Sundance was where he was born. I didn't know that
makes
was
sense,
the
doesn't
it?
I mean, he really dramatically impacted the world of cinema.
I agree.
I mean, he in later years, he was a committed environmentalist and arts patron. Tributes poured upon his death from major figures in film, politics, and culture. He was just well known and really well liked in all facets of life. I mean, he was a friend, he was just a very good person, it seems like. It does say, I'm reading right now, impact. He symbolized a certain era of American film, actor, star, and over the decades, he helped shift the industry towards more independent voices.
Right.
Instead of making it one big thing.
All the big studios, you can get more, yes,
independent.
Definitely.
And I didn't know that about him. I definitely didn't know about the Sundance, that he did the whole film festival.
I knew that part, but I didn't know that he had it in Sundance because that's where he was born. Yeah,
How
I knew
amazing.
He started. That was his thing.
Amazing. What a life he had.
Right.
I mean, on top of it, to be one of the heartthrobs of film,
yes. Yes.
So that I found was really cool. I really liked that we did this because I've learned so much just by reading about these people.
Right.
Yeah, that I chose to talk about.
Before I go into who my next music related death this year, I want to jump on your train and talk about the death of Gene Hackman.
Oh,
so that whole situation.
You know, I don't know a lot about what happened.
So what?
Oh, yes, I do.
Yeah,
he and his wife in the house.
Yeah. Yeah, and then the dog starved.
Yes,
in the crate
and the dog and
because
the wife.
he had
they think the wife died first.
Hantavirus, probably.
Oh,
yes, all of that, just horrible. But here's the thing:
a nightmare.
Yes, he was a wealthy, very wealthy actor, very famous. Yes, he lived in this palatial house that he decided he was going to be out there in the nature and kind of isolated,
away from
right. But that is all true. So his situation is particular, but it's really not in this way, because there's actually a epidemic that's on its way in the United States. And I will put in the show notes my list of articles about this. Of the fastest growing demographic in the United States is people over 70. That's the fastest growing demographic in the United States.
Wow.
And
that's unbelievable.
The epidemic is people aging alone. Or people, now in his case, his wife was many, many, many years younger, and hantavirus. That was very unfortunate. But a lot of people, if they're not aging alone, they're aging with people as old as them because it's their spouse.
Right.
And they're not connected
to
support
each other.
Systems. Right.
Like,
all of this.
Because they're so far away. They want to be away from all this.
And that's
BS.
I mean, that was his situation with wealthy people, but you can be isolated in your suburban home with neighbors all around you.
Absolutely you can.
You're not connected to services. You're not connected to your family because your kids were successful and moved, whatever.
They say that it takes 3 communities. If everybody belonged to 3 communities, right, whether that be, if you have younger kids and their school friends,
right,
bridge club, church,
right,
whatever, workout, right, pickleball, tennis, whatever it is.
There's got to be 3 places where if you don't show up, people are like, hey, where is so-and-so? We should 100%. Check in on them.
Yes.
Or, hey, you've been kind of moody lately.
Yes.
Is there something going on?
Yeah, are you okay? Checking
in.
Yeah.
And to me, yes, his situation was very particular to his life, but it wasn't though, because this thing about people aging alone or people aging with their spouses and their spouses are older than them and they're connected to no support system and they don't have the money for anything in-care service provider, and they don't have long-term care insurance, nothing.
Yep.
That, as this show is called, Girls on Menopause, this whole situation, and we are going to have a show in the future about somebody in your 50s or 60s talking to the parent who's in his 70 or 80s.
Yes.
How do you go about having a contingency plan? How do you get the parents to open up about what their financial situation is? All of that.
We were just talking about this the other day. Several of my pickleball friends' parents, my parents have passed long ago, so I don't have that.
Mine too.
But talking to them, it costs $15,000 per month to stay in an amazing place.
Yeah, and $7,000 to stay in a shitty one.
$7,000 to stay in a really bad one.
Yes.
So,
yes.
The other really interesting, 17 elderly people in this particular community that live there. One of the women, 17 people are over 100 years old.
Yeah, that's the thing. People are living longer.
It has a big deal to what community you're in.
Yes.
And so it's important for our age, Girls Gone Menopause, here we are.
Yes.
We need to start talking about those types of plans.
Yes. Yes, we do.
And building those communities.
Yes, we do. And we need to have an honest conversation about what the future is going to look like for people who were, for whatever reason, this is said without any judgment whatsoever, just never had enough money together to save.
Correct.
And don't have a retirement, and that's more and more people.
A lot of people
don't have a retirement to look forward to. So what are you going to do? And we know
about the retirement that people our parents' age felt they didn't really get that.
Right, exactly.
What they were promised.
Exactly.
So that's another segment.
That's true. You could be a saver.
You could be a total
company
saver.
Can fuck you. That's true.
Yes.
Right.
So that's another segment we will have for sure.
But Gene Hackman, his death just crystallized
all
of that for
really
me.
Did. Me too.
For me. Now, I'm going to jump back to the musicians, and this is going to be my last one before we go on to our next segment for this show. So this is not a musician. This is somebody who is in the music world. You may know him as Jed the Fish, and he was a DJ on KROQ.
Yes, he was.
He died in April of 2025 of lung cancer. It was a smoker.
He had that great smoker voice.
Exactly. In Pasadena, California, which is where the studio for KROQ is located. So I just want to say what a huge anybody who's not Girls Gone Menopause that's listening to this right now, because maybe you're doing homework at the kitchen table and your mom is listening to our podcast while she does something in the kitchen. You don't know nothing about what I'm talking about, because you have streaming. You want to hear a song, you go on Spotify, you tell
easy to find.
You want to hear a song, you have Amazon Music, you tell Echo to play the song.
We just got lucky
when
we heard our song.
Me and Alison, right. You have no idea what a huge deal radio was to us.
Oh.
For it was a community. You young people, you don't know what it was like when you didn't have money for concert tickets, so you had to try to win them.
Oh,
so you had to sit on a dial-up phone. Y'all don't know what I'm talking about. And you would sit there.
Keep calling.
And you would keep calling. It would be busy. And you would sit there.
Of course, it was a rotary phone.
It was a rotary phone.
So it took longer.
Yes. And you'd sit there and you'd get busy. You hang up, get busy, you hang up, busy, you hang up. And sometimes they were giving away not just a pair of tickets, it'd be a 5-pack. Yeah. So first, you have to call your girlfriend
to see if anybody can go.
And say, no, that's not to win.
Oh, to win. Yes, you're right.
You're right. Coordinate.
Yes, you're
right. Because they would say to you, because this is the thing. Alison had a car. So you'd be in the car driving the different people to back home.
Right.
And you'd be listening to KROQ, and they would say, keep listening. It's 3:00 right now after practice. Yep. Alison was cheerleader. But tennis. But keep listening, because between the 6 and 7 hour, we're going to be giving away. Right. And then you turn to everybody in the car and say, do not be on your phone at 6:00.
That's right.
Because we have to all try to call in and win these tickets. Young people, you don't know what I'm talking about.
Shoot, we didn't have a phone.
You had to use the house phone.
We had to use the house phone.
You had to use the house phone.
Everybody do not. And that meant not only you.
Right.
But your siblings.
Right.
Okay, sibling rivalry started then.
With the phone. Yes.
Then the parents.
Yes.
You're like, sorry guys.
Yes.
But I'm really trying to do something important.
Yes. Right. To win these tickets. Right.
Yeah.
And these DJs, okay.
We were all in that situation.
Now, young people, you have people you love on YouTube. I am telling you that these DJs were bigger stars than whoever you love on YouTube, Mr. Beast, Andrew Tate. They had a DJ that was like that. And now KROQ was Southern California. Okay. That's a big market, but they had ones that were nationally syndicated.
Yeah.
And so they were popular all over the country.
Yep.
And these young people, you're not going to believe me. Listen, Chance the Rapper didn't have a record contract, right? And that's part of his thing. He sold his mixtapes. He put his music on YouTube. He did what's it called? I can't even think of it now. The it's not even coming to me, but it's audio only, and you put your music on there. It's
okay
when it has sound waves. I just see this is menopause brain right here.
Well, we were looking at MTV for videos.
Right, we were looking at MTV for videos, but what I'm saying is a DJ could make or break.
For sure. The whole
artist,
show, the whole everything.
The musicians would have to come with their tape.
Yep.
Or they have to have paid to have a vinyl pressed.
Yes.
And they would go to the radio station and they would sit in the parking lot. And when the DJs came downstairs, they would have to convince them, you need to play this record.
You need to play this.
You need to play this. And then it got to some radio stations, there was grift, because they would make the album company, the record company, pay to play the songs.
Mm-hmm.
And other radio stations, it wasn't the DJ that decided the song. It was the artistic director, and the DJ just played what was on the list in front of him. And things changed, but radio was king. You guys don't know what a big deal it was.
Trying to get reception.
The
right? Antennas thing is real.
Right. Yeah. I mean, what a big deal listening to your favorite station and wearing the t-shirt of your favorite station.
Oh, yeah,
it was
huge.
An identity. It was a community. You knew these people personally. You felt
like you did for sure.
Talk about parasocial relationships. You felt you had a parasocial relationship with that DJ. And Jed the Fish passing brought all of that.
Oh yeah.
Brought all of
the
that
history
back to me. Brought all of that back to me. So
so amazing.
Yeah, like I said, girl, if you're a Girls Gone Menopause woman listening to this, then you know what I'm talking about. But if you're a young person, you don't know what I'm talking about.
Nope.
You don't know nothing about what I'm talking
about. Just ask your mom.
Yeah, just ask your mom.
ask your parents.
Ask your mom. She will tell you that I am telling the truth.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for today. That was so fun talking about all these.
It was fun talking
different people, and it was fun. Like I said, like learning about them, little bits and pieces.
It really was.
We'll have tons more to talk about.
Yes, we will, and we want you to keep listening. But in the show notes, in the comment section, if you would let us know who it was you're missing, and it doesn't have to be somebody famous.
No,
it's just a time to remember people that have passed who meant something to you.
Shoot, you could tell us about your grandma.
Yeah, exactly.
We just want to hear from you.
Yeah, we just want to hear from you. It could be about your pet, whatever. Yeah. I'm sure there's somebody, and how we think about people and memorialize people or pets or whoever that have meant something to us today as grown-ass women as compared to when we were a little bit younger.
Yep.
So thank you so much for listening. And
thank you.
We look forward to you coming back next week for our next episode.